Hello there, I'm Bob Rebagliati from Vancouver, BC, and I'd like to tell you about a great experience we've had in our travels with music trips. One of the best ones we've ever had was Cuba, and we had the great fortune to spend some time with the warm people of Cuba, warm musicians of Cuba, in the year 2000. Subsequently, I know we've enjoyed our time there again, and many groups that I know of have spent great time, great quality time relating to the wonderful people and musicians of Cuba, and I totally recommend that you take a look at that as a worthwhile activity when you're planning your tours. Give Jonathan Watt, a really great guy who runs Canada-Cuba Sports Cultural Exchanges. Give him a contact, and he'd be happy to acquaint you with the wonderful potential of visiting Cuba as a school musician. One of the main benefits that our Canadian students benefit or take with them from travel to Cuba would be the interaction with the young Cuban musicians. They are so appreciative of the opportunity to make music and to hear music from their Canadian friends that it's a life-changing experience. I know that the students of mine who traveled in 2000 have retained this experience for sure, forever. In fact, when I run into them as alumni, one of the things they will say is, "I remember that trip to Cuba in 2000. We had such a great time. We brought things to share with them that they didn't have, and the music was so memorable. The Cuban music and the way that they make their music, it has a very, very special twist to it, and it's something that we'll remember for the rest of our lives." When our students were in Cuba, we had the wonderful opportunity to go right into Cuban schools and work with the musicians, the student musicians side by side, making music with them, sharing our music with them. In addition, we went to the streets and made our music in the actual street areas of Cuba, listening also to wonderful Cuban bands in town squares and recreation centers where the warmth of the Cuban people just came through so obviously and so vividly. We also had a chance to actually take lessons with some of the Cuban masters. That was unbelievable and unforgettable, the way that they are so warm and so accepting of their Canadian counterparts, giving us lessons, showing us the inside track of what makes Cuban music successful. It's a fabulous experience.